Hello everyone, and welcome to Judy's Creations in Crochet. And today is December the 2nd, and it is day one of our 12 days of Christmas. And I want to welcome all of you to make this trip through Advent in the days leading up to Christmas with me. I hope you will enjoy the trip and the plans to celebrate this Christmas season with some Advent boxes. I have had to make some last minute adjustments. I'll explain when we get there. But just before that, we also have Kiki stopping by to wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy December in her lovely December outfit. This is her favorite one, and she absolutely loves Christmas just as much as I do. I almost forgot that we had to get Kiki ready for the Christmas season. And this dress of hers is made out of some different minis. This is the season of minis, so she has a dress made with minis. There's a variegated one that's there, and then some red and green. And of course, it's finished off with a latte. Latte is just about, I think, my favorite yarn of all. So I'm going to put her back here so she can keep an eye on all the festivities throughout the month. And hopefully everybody will enjoy it as much as Kiki and I do. Now, I'm not going to have long videos. I did receive a Christmas card. I think I'll hold the Christmas card till the next episode, which is on December the 4th, which is a Thursday. So Thursday's video will approximately be as long as I normally do. So we'll save the Christmas card for then. And as you know, I have been working on my Christmas blanket, and I am almost done. I have about maybe half of that Christmas cake left to do, and I'll be honest with you, it is not the end of the month yet, so I'm going to work on it for the next day or two, and hopefully I can get it done before the end of the month. And I'll be able to show it to you on Thursday. And on Thursday, I will be doing my de-stash video along with the rest of our Christmas celebrations. So today, I don't have as much to bring you. The days that aren't Thursdays are going to be shorter videos. Today, we are going to start opening Advent packages. And I have 3 to open with you, but I did have to make a change, and I'll explain that when I get to the last one. But I have 3 Advents that I want to open with you throughout this season. And the very first one I got, and I'm going to start with it, is the one that came from, I believe, Ginger Snap That, and it's Ginger Snap Holiday Countdown Adventure. I'll be gnome for Christmas. There's a story here. Once upon a snowflake swirl ago, deep in the Whisper Pine Woods, a merry band of gnomes began their journey home for Christmas. Every December, they packed their tiny satchels full of cheer, cozy knits, yarn, and handmade gifts, then set out across frosted meadows and twinkling forests toward the great gnome gathering beneath the northern lights. But this year they decided to share a little of their magic with you. Hidden inside of this box, the Ginger Snap Countdown are the gnome's favorite treasures. As you open each day's surprise, we'll uncover a new piece of their cozy Christmas tale, a celebration of making merriment and gnome-size joy. Follow along and let your imagination wander. And if you'd like to bring your gnomes to life, you'll find plenty of delightful patterns waiting for you. I can go into Ravelry under gnomes and find patterns to make. I'm not going to be making anything for gnomes, and I'm not going to be making gnomes, but here is our countdown to Christmas. So it starts with a bookmark. On both sides, we see the gnome on his pile of books. So we thank you to those from Ginger Snap. Now, Ginger Snap is a 12-day Advent, and I did show you the items in the package. So they sent me something to make the gnome's beard, and they sent some other things. This is a little computer. I'm not going to open it again. And we have some gnome needle stoppers. They're adorable, and I'd like to keep them, but I don't knit. So at some point, I'll be gifting these to some lucky viewer. We also got a wooden bee, a star, and I could have used some bags like this earlier, but not. We got a guitar. I think I know someone I can give that to. And I got a bag over here, and this is why I'm thinking she thinks. So we're going to be making some gnomes, because there's that's a traffic cone, and there are eyeglasses and all different things for a gnome out there working in the world. And there's also a little toadstool stitch marker, and I think I might hang that up there where I have other stitch markers, or maybe I'll put it in the one by my chair and use it. So these are the little gifts that I got with this package, and I won't be really needing all those little gifts. But there are, there's something else over here. Oh yes, hot chocolate. Now hot chocolate I will likely make, maybe even tonight. Now there are 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, there are 12 as I suspected, and I need to find day 1 and open it. And next week I will have boards to post these on. So here is day 1 we're going to open. And we'll see what our gnomes have sent us. Aha, there we go. A nice rustic color to make something for the gnomes. And that is day 1 of our gnomes package. So I'll put that back down in the package, and next week I'll have my boards out. I forgot to get boards ready. I don't know. I wasn't really prepared for this. This came at me a little faster than I expected, and things have happened this month that I wasn't prepared for. So that's the first thing. Second of all, I meant to say something about what I'm wearing. As you can see, I'm not wearing anything crocheted. I do not have 12 Christmas crochet items. So I'm going to have to spread them out a little bit. I might have 3, 4. I don't know if I have 6. I could do it every other day. But I will be wearing my Christmas items that I have made. I thought if I just put on nice bright red and look Christmassy today would be enough. Okay, the next one is from Ravenswood. And as you know, they're a favorite of mine. I love their yarn. Now, what I didn't mention when I first told you about this is that Ravenswood, when she decided to do these, she had inspiration pictures. I think, if I recall correctly, I wish I'd taken a picture, I think she had 8 different inspiration pictures and colors, and you could pick the package or the inspiration that you preferred. And I picked the number, I think it was number 5, that looked like it was predominantly purple. And I have received a fair bit of yarn from her in the past that was a mixture of blues and purples, and I do like her colors when she stays to that color palette. So I, of course, chose it. There were several palettes I really liked, but one was enough. And as I've mentioned, from her, we got a box, and in the box there are 6 full skeins of yarn. But there are also 6 other gifts, and they are all numbered for the right day. So unfortunately, we don't get yarn on day 1. Our first yarn will be next day on day 2, and I can hardly wait to see the colors she has made for this Advent. So I moved them out of the way, and then I find, they're sliding all over, but I find these others, and they are randomly numbered, and I see right on the bottom day 1. So this is day 1, which is a pattern. And my thinking is this pattern would be appropriate for the yarn that I'm going to receive. Well, 6 skeins of yarn, it's not all going to go into one project, because that's a lot of yarn. 6 at 430 something, that's well over 2,500 yards. But it is a pattern from Sarah. I Need to Crochet is her name. She looks familiar to me, like she's somebody else. But anyway, this pattern is copyrighted, and it is a shawl. And you know how I love my shawls. So I'm hoping that I won't start during the Christmas holidays. I will, I'll try to show you in a minute. I will be working on my my other Christmas blanket. But that's what I received today as day 1 in my box from Ravenswood, a pattern for this shawl. Now I'm going to do a quick look and see if I'm lucky enough. No chart, unfortunately. It's made with a 4.5 millimeter hook, and it has 14 rows in the pattern, and then rows 3 to 14 are repeated until you achieve your desired length. So I will definitely make this pattern. I'm going to put it back in the box for now, and I am going to take out these other numbered packages, and I'm going to put them on top so I don't have to take these out every time. I'll put these 6 skeins of yarn back in the box. They just fit. Take the ribbon off. There's day 2 on the top, ready for next day. And then I'll put these 11 and 12. Day 3 is another pack. And day 8. So I'm really looking forward to opening these yarns, because I know if they're in the color spectrum that I like from her, I know I'm going to really enjoy them. So we will have a board ready for them next week. Well, no, I won't be able to pin them on the board since they're pretty big and heavy. Now, for my final Advent, I was not planning to open this Advent at Christmas. I was planning to open this Advent in July, when I did Christmas in July. I had another Advent coming that was supposed to arrive today, and I got notification from UPS. They couldn't deliver it today. I guess they had too much to deliver, and I'm not going to get it till next week. Well, I'm already starting on the weekend to videotape these so that I can get a little bit ahead, and it's not going to be here until after I have taped probably 2 videos. And I thought, well, do I wait and do it later? And I decided, no, I don't think I will wait. There were 2 reasons why I wanted to wait to open this in July. The first is the theme for this one showed sort of seaside pictures, seashells, and it just was it's softer colors, I think, and it made me think of summer more than Christmas. And the one coming is called Christmas Around the World. Now the one coming, I think, is 12 Days of Christmas. This one has 24. So I thought that would be another reason to keep this for July, because it's the only one I would be opening in July. And I thought that way I'll have 2 to open each day. But it didn't arrive, and so I'm going to be opening this one now. And sometimes that's the way life goes, and we have to roll with it, right? So here is one of the gifts that came with it. I'm going to open it first. Very unusual feeling paper. It's not quite cloth, but it's sort of tissue, but not. Weird. Anyhow. So what we have inside here, first of all, now this came from Germany. So we have a card that I can't read, and when you open it, it says, "Wish you a wonderful Advent time. Enjoy the yarn." So that's a kind of a Christmas card. And then this it's pictures, all very feathery pictures. Oh, and it is a calendar. It has the days at the bottom. So that's January, and that's February, and so on. So it is a bit of a calendar. That's nice and unique. And I'll put that over there, along with that and that. Now, I did show you at the time that it came with a stamp, some Christmas bulbs, and a skein of very Christmassy yarn. Okay, this is very Christmassy, this skein. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with the rest of this. And as I said, there are 24 of them, so I have to find 1 and 2. Guess they're at this end. There's 1, and there's 2. So I'm going to need my big board for next week to start hanging these. So day 1, they're stapled. I want to be careful. Now, I had hoped maybe there was a picture or something to give me a clue as to where around the world, but I'm not going to see that. But very nice, rich green teal color, Christmassy for sure, is day 1. And day 2, day 2 is, I'm wondering if we're going to get a fade out of this. See, this one is somewhat variegated tonal. This is very much a solid, and it's just a shade greenier. This one has the teal or the blue in it. So they are a different shade, but pretty and definitely Christmassy. So that's what we're opening up today. And we'll continue to open these, and we'll see a little more yarn as the time goes, especially in the Ravenswood one. It will have a yarn every other day, almost every second day. Now, the other thing I wanted to continue, you seem to enjoy it so much, was seeing Advent patterns. So I thought each day I would take the time to show you 2 Advent patterns, and hopefully other days I won't take as long, I won't have as much to explain. So I'm going to show you 1 knit and 1 crochet every day. So I'm going to split I have to be in the middle. I'm going to split the screen, and I'm first going to show you, I thought this was adorable, this Scrappy Santa. That's what the pattern's called. It is a hat, and I really liked it. It's a knit pattern, and it's by Whole Earth Education. This is a free pattern, and I'm going to start telling you about, now it has 75 projects, so you might want to check them out for some colors. It says it can be made with any yarn. It's made in the round. It's done with basic stitches. I looked at them, and it had knit and purl, slip stitch, I think, and one other one that I couldn't remember to describe. It needs 3 different yarns. Yarn A is a worsted weight. They used 80 yards. Then yarn B was sort of for the body, and they used 150 yards. And yarn C was the stripes, and it was all scraps throughout. Definitely meant to be for scraps or minis if you like. Then I want to show you this rainbow chevron cowl. The designer is Kay Adolphson, and I just learned about Kay through Gary recently. She's Australian, and it's $5 Australian is the price of the pattern, so that's $4.79 Canadian. I'm going to be doing a number of her patterns, and I hope at some point down the road I can do a designer focus on her, because she has a lot of things I like. I thought this was a very pretty chevron cowl. It uses fingering weight, 1,312 yards. There are no projects for this pattern, so let's show her some love if you do this pattern, and maybe that'll encourage some of you to do this pattern and do a project page for it. Bonus, it has a chart, it says, and although it is it can be a cowl, it can be a scarf, and they say you can join it to be an infinity scarf. It used 30 times 10 grams. Now, most of mine are 20-gram minis, so the sections would be bigger. But it is a textured chevron with baubles, contrasting baubles. So you might want to check that one out. I know that a number of you said that I gave you some good ideas when I showed you the other patterns last week. So I'm going to continue to keep showing you some ideas and see how that goes. So I wanted to, the time is taking longer than I thought, and I did want to bring out the blanket that I'm working on, but I'll do that on Thursday. We'll have much more time on Thursday to cover things, so I'll wait for then to talk to you about that. So I'll be back to you on the 4th, 2 more days, with more advents to open. Until then, happy hooking.